talking about? Oh, the plate is like this big.
You got the baddest one.
So here's the deal.
Hi guys.
So much to talk about.
So much. You have no idea. Well, you might have an idea, but we're gonna give you all the deals because there's so many deals.
Transfer-mania continues.
Transfer-mania does
continue. Talk a little bit about that.
I tried to get Ches to stop it, but she's just gonna keep doing it. So we'll hashtag Transfer-mania and call it a thing.
It's craziness. Also, we'll talk about where the #1 recruit is going and where some of these transfers are going.
Yeah, it's all the deals. Like I said, you don't even know what's coming.
But first, last week we released the 2019 final Hot 100, and the #1 player was, originally committed to Auburn, but then decommitted and is now going to the University of Washington.
Oh, you didn't even let me do like the drum roll. We should have brought the marching guys in. They could have done like a legit one.
Seize the moment. Carpe diem. You're bad.
Washington, Kelly Lynch, decommitted from Auburn. She's going to Washington. She's our Hot 100 #1 player for her class. Yeah. What do you make of this move? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I love it. I think if you follow Kelly Lynch's career, she has gotten better every single year. She's received the Georgia Gatorade Player of the Year. She just won another state title for her high school. She won the PGF National Championship with Georgia Impact.
Wow, just keep going. Just keep going.
Look, and as a pitcher, the girl gets her strikeouts. She can field her position extremely well, and she can swing the bat. I think it's a great addition to an already strong Washington class. They're coming in with the #3 overall recruiting class this year. They're going to be strong for a long time.
Oh, I just want to say hi, Nick Tarina, joining us.
I love that you join us every day.
It's
a pleasure.
I need to see that little green notification from Facebook that Nick joined, and I got it. So now I'm ready to go. Kelly Lynch joining Washington. Talk about their pitching staff now. There's Alvello. You have Gabby Plain. Those two were dynamite last year. Now they're adding Lynch. I mean, forget about it. Are they the best team in the pack?
They might
Are they the
but
best pitching staff in the pack?
You still have to deal with Rachel Garcia at UCLA. And you still have to deal with Maggie Ballant and Megan Kleist at Oregon.
So it sounds like you're going around in the circle. Are they the best pitching staff, or are they not in the pack?
Overall staff?
Come on, Ches.
I'm not going to make a decision. Look, I'm waiting to see how Megan Faramo kind of eases into the college life. I think she's going to do well.
God, her rise ball is just nasty.
Yeah, it's devastating.
It is.
You can't get me to bend.
I'm trying. Maybe you good folks out there will tell us who has the best pitching staff in the pack, because Ches won't make a call.
Look, I think it's really exciting if you're a Husky fan.
Yeah.
Think about who's coming in this freshman class. They've already got a very strong team, strong pitching, strong on offense, and they're going to add Kelly Lynch in the circle. They add Jadalyn Alchin, who's arguably the best outfielder in the country in her class. You've got Brooke Nelson and Hannah Dardano. Very strong class. So I think if you're a Husky fan, you're in pretty good shape, and you might see a national championship in your future.
Washington,
dare I say?
Oh, so you'll say who's going to win the national championship, but we won't say who has the best staff in the pack. I got it. Washington is going to be lights out this year.
Yeah,
they're going to be exciting to watch.
I think it hurts not having. I'm just blanking out her name. That third baseman. Why am I blanking right now? It's the wrong time to blank.
Somebody help us out.
There you go. Van Zee.
That a girl.
Yeah, Van Zee.
It's hard to replace somebody like that. Somebody with absolute intangibles, who plays a hell of an infield. She literally played all over the infield and swung a mean bat. So, I mean, that's a tough one.
We got some people saying either UCLA or Washington for the best staff. A lot of people being like, no, it's UCLA.
I mean, Florida State has They return Megan King. They have
Florida
Cassidy
State's-
Davis.
Yeah, Lisa's calling a FSU repeat.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, Savannah Copeland, I don't think we've seen a lot of her, and if she returns healthy, I think we can see her throw some really big innings for the Seminoles. And they just added Kira Bilodeau, who was a transfer from Auburn. They are very, very deep in the bullpen.
It's going to be
Maybe
interesting.
the deepest.
I just have to point out that John is really, really excited that Apple is finally recognizing fast pitch.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, there is an official emoji for softball now. Allie is very excited about it.
Ooh, I am.
So thanks, John, for that.
Thank you, Apple.
Thank you, Apple. Thank you, Apple.
You heard our cry.
So getting back to Washington and the transfers, Kelly Lynch going to Washington, big-time staff. Yeah, FSU's going to be deep. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say right now.
Sarah's at a loss.
Do we need to
for
redo
words.
our
This is the first.
predictions?
I'm sorry?
Do we need to redo our predictions? I mean, I know at some
Let's
point
not
we
get
had
ahead of
some.
ourselves here, Allie. Maybe
Hey,
maybe on
it's
another
never
show.
too early.
Let's-
It's never
Look,
too early.
I think let's wait for this transfer window
Yeah,
to
that's true.
close, and then we can do our way too early rankings.
Yes, I'm all for that.
Because there's some obvious changes.
Oh.
And the biggest change, obviously, is Sarah's favorite.
Let's go.
just
She's not going to take it away from me this time. G Warriors to Oklahoma.
Let's keep it down.
So you got
Let's be
Mariah Lopez,
professional.
Brooke Vestal, Parker Conrad, Shannon Saleh, Nicole Mendez. Now you got G Juarez.
Oh, she's going off.
I know. We knew this would happen.
Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner. Let's go.
Patty Gasso with the ace up her sleeve.
Can you imagine what Jen Rocha is going to do with that staff?
She's got a lot of work
Get
because there's so many
Out
of
of
them.
here. Get out of here. Boomer Sooner.
Damn, G Juarez, that was a good one. I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was going down that road.
Oh, yeah. I believe I called this,
Oh, boy.
right? Yes, I'm going to give myself a little,
You did call it.
little pat on the back.
You did
I
call
called
it.
that one.
I remember it.
Oh,
Probably
look at all
after I
this.
said
Look at
it.
all this love for Boomer Sooner. I see 2 comments. Oh, there's another one. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, so I think you mentioned with G Juarez, did they just seal up the Big 12?
Whew,
What do you say?
They are very tough. Obviously, they're very complete offensively. I think losing Kelsey Arnold is a tough one, but the all-star infielders that they have on their team, I mean, one that we haven't even seen a ton is Aaliyah Flores, who can flat out play. So, I mean, I can see her hopping in the infield, maybe Kaylee Clifton shifting over to short and Sid over at third base. I think Patty Gasso's got a great kind of pool of infielders to kind of interchange into different positions that many schools just don't. And what she decides to do with the makeup of that infield is yet to be seen, but obviously.
Along with what she decides to do with that pitching staff. Holy smokes. Should I list the names again? So everyone hear those names one more time. Mariah Lopez, Vestal, Conrad, Saleh, Mendez, Juarez.
Okay.
And what do you even say
Obviously,
to that?
somebody is excited.
What do you even say to that? You don't even have to say it. Nestor #scary. That's what he did for it. #scary. Thanks, Nestor. #scary. It is. It is #scary.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I was waiting for
I
that
think the
hashtag.
great position that Juarez is in is that obviously she's got a very deep pitching staff, so maybe she won't have to carry the brunt of the innings that she had to when she was at Arizona State.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a good observation.
I think they're going to be very conscious of the number of innings that she's able to throw and making sure that they're quality innings, and I think that works to her advantage. But
I'm done with Boomer Sooner.
okay,
For the time being.
thank you.
Just for the time being. We have some updates. So a couple weeks ago, we said we told you Danielle Gibson and Kiara Napoli were transferring. You want to
Sure.
let the good
So,
people know where they're going?
Gibson is heading to the SEC. She's putting on a Razorback uniform and becoming
A Razorback.
A Razorback.
You put on a Razorback uniform, you become a Razorback.
Yeah.
That's how that goes.
Big Arkansas
Yeah.
fan.
Pretty good pickup for Arkansas.
Yeah, I think it's a great
Yeah.
pickup. I mean, who's not going to take an infielder that can put up good RBI numbers
Yeah.
and play multiple positions? Kiara Napoli is headed to Virginia Tech. And then obviously there's rumors swirling around about where Mary Iacopo could be
Yes.
headed. And then if you were on the site this morning, you would know, Duck fans, sorry to hear it, Shannon Rhodes
Yes.
and freshman Alyssa Pinto have also put their names onto the transfer database.
So that, right now, if you look at Oregon's roster, they have 14 people. 14 women on that roster right now.
No catcher right now.
You know, this is called Here's the Deal. What's the deal?
You know, I think the team is a bit in a culture shock. I can imagine they were used to their days and their environments being a certain way, and Missy has her own set of values and culture that she needs to set in place. I mean, make no mistake, they run a tight ship at Oklahoma. I mean, you are dressed in business casual wear when you go to the airport. They are very disciplined in how they go about everything, which I think has contributed a lot to their success. Now, is everyone going to do that? You know, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to answer that, but I think it's a culture shock to the team, and for some of them, with the new rule change, it makes it easier for them to get out of a situation that they may not be fond of.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I think I've said this before, I get people who were brought in by Mike White and who are leaving, I get it, but man, I'm looking at the success that Missy had at OU and who she was coaching under, and I don't know, it's not a bad idea to hitch your wagon to that horse, you know? Like,
Right.
she's had a lot of success, and that staff they've put together a very good staff. I'm surprised that so many are jumping ship. Because they're not all going to Texas.
Yeah, and
not-
they
they're
all
not-
can't.
they all can't
They
go to
all
Texas,
can't.
so you
Like,
can't-
there's not an endless supply of money that's available at these schools. So, especially for players thinking about transferring and not being in the financial position to make those decisions, you might want to think twice, because obviously these schools have commitments, some of them up until 2022. Like, some of that money is already tied up to other players. So what you think might be your dream, maybe you only get 1 year scholarship, or there's so many different variables and scenarios that are in play here, and you really have to think wisely about this decision.
So the glaring hole on Oregon's staff is they don't have a catcher. They have some utility players who I'm assuming have played catcher, have caught at one point, but they don't have a catcher. Do you see them picking up a big-time catcher?
Oh, absolutely.
Before the season?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Tara McGowan's taking a look at Oregon. She's played against a lot of these players from the time she was probably in rec ball, I would imagine. And they know each other, maybe not so much personally, but definitely playing on the field. So that wouldn't be a surprise to me. It's just got to be a good fit. I see both sides of the situation. If you go to a school and you're recruited by the coach that's no longer there, like, what do? You know, this is your life.
Right, exactly.
But then it's like the same thing. Like, what happens, like, if I get a new boss? Like, am I just going to up and quit my job?
Right, and they all aren't going to Texas.
Yeah.
Right, like, you all can't follow the guy who recruited you because you're not going to end up at Texas. So Um,
Some of them do.
Some of them do. Some of them do. But interesting, John makes a comment, junior college is a hot commodity right now. So I don't know, maybe they pick up a hot JUCO catcher too. Who knows?
Yeah, they
Possibility.
could. As long as she has the credits available to transfer over and she's eligible, then that's an absolute possibility. Like, I mean, generally speaking, junior college players get overlooked a ton, and they actually become very valuable assets. And if I seem to remember, if you recall from the last Olympic team, a Miss Vicky Galindo, who came out of a JUCO program, and then eventually went on to Cal, and then eventually on to the USA team. So it's possible.
All right, so Jennifer says Oregon's in trouble. Do you agree?
I mean, yeah.
Specifically, where are the holes that you're like, Oregon really needs to plug?
Well, it's just being able to instill trust and an open line of communication between the coaching staff and players. There's obviously, one thing I talked with the Minnesota coach who took over the program, and she made such a good point. You know, when a coach that is beloved and respected leaves a program, there's a moment, and even in club, there's a moment of, not even just a moment, a phase of having to deal with the grief of that.
Yeah, for sure. No, I completely agree with that.
And then being introduced to a new
transition there.
So whether or not that's being dealt with, I can't really speak to that. But for whatever reason, these ladies didn't feel like they were in a position where they weren't necessarily happy, and that prompted them to put their names on the list. It's unfortunate because, just like you said, Missy comes with the utmost respect. She has had a long history of winning, back to even when she was playing softball.
Yeah.
But you can't argue that.
She knows how to win, and I wouldn't be hesitant at all to play under a coach.
Yeah, but
like that.
if you're a player and you're winning the other way, what do?
I get it. Like you said, I see both. I see both sides of this. I get it. I think I'm most surprised at how many are leaving, given her track record of success.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, they picked Oregon. There's an academic side to this as well. You know, you probably picked Oregon to play softball, but there's also academics involved, and I'm just surprised at how many are leaving.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last time I checked, we're close to about 80 names.
It's like there's this domino effect going on.
Well, it kind of started with the coaching changes.
Yeah.
And then the new rule change was kind of like a catalyst for more changes that ensued. And so, they've got their hands full. It's just really like, can she bring this group together? Because there's still no doubt they are talented. They have Maggie Ballant.
Oh yeah.
They have Megan Kleiss, two of the top pitchers in the country. They returned Haley Cruz. They've got obviously Jasmine Severs and Rachel Sid. Mia Camuso's a big part of their offense. Alexis Mack.
Your name is solid players. I mean, you put that team together on the field, and
they're right there.
That's a great team to field that team.
I mean, if anything, some of these players who weren't given an opportunity in the last year or so, it gives them an opportunity to take a spot.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives I mean, again, if I'm on Oregon's team, my default is not to jump ship. I got a fantastic coach. I have a lot of opportunity if I'm not a starter to find some playing time. Like, I don't know. Unless something we don't know about is going on there, if it's just the coaching change, I don't know. I'm not jumping ship just yet.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Are you jumping ship? Tell us. Let us know. We want to hear from you.
John said, just got to ride the storm out. He thinks it's a building year for Oregon this year.
Certainly seems like it, right? I mean, Ches just listed off a bunch of players who could put a uniform on, take the field, and beat, most of the teams that they face. Like, they're still pretty solid. And to a certain extent, when you get a new coach, it's going to be rebuilding. Like, Missy's going to do what she does, and she's going to bring in the players she wants, and it's going to be a little different. But yeah, I mean, if Oregon has a down year this year, I don't see them having too many more down years in a row. Like, Missy's going to get that program up and running. You know, will they take?
Well, this is also her first,
Sure.
like,
They need-
true head coaching position.
They might need to absorb a year where they have some transfers and people get set, but I don't see Oregon in trouble for a long time with this. I don't. They're just too good of a program. They got too good of a coach.
They have great recruits coming in.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait and see.
Yeah, Marianne brings a good point. She said, Oregon will be fine. This gives all the other girls a chance to prove everyone wrong.
Yeah.
There you go. And nothing like playing with a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
It might be, hell, they might win the pack. Who knows? Anything's possible. Mm-hmm. And the pack is back, so. Hashtag
The pack has been back.
Hashtag pack is back. I just wanted to throw that out there. Hashtag pack is back. Hashtag transformation.
Sarah's
Transformation.
losing it.
Hashtag scary.
Hashtag scary. So what do you think Shannon Rhodes and Alyssa Pinto, and let's even throw Mary Capo in it, are going?
I don't know. I want to see what you guys think. Where do you think these players are going?
I don't know, man. Who has the money?
Seriously, though.
It's true.
I mean, it's national. Like, everyone's signing their NLIs today, so they can't really pull back from those.
Yeah.
So
Where do you think these players fit best?
Shannon, I could see her in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she'd do really well. We'll see. She is from Texas,
Okay.
so
Okay.
it depends on how much she likes the state of Texas.
Yeah, and how much money's left at UT?
UT, I mean, Baylor's here.
Could go to A&M.
A&M, which is SEC.
That's okay,
Yeah.
but we're talking Texas schools now. Texas Tech, I don't think she's gonna make it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, SEC, obviously we saw Gibson head over to Arkansas, so that's a possibility. And man, oh man. I mean, I'd love to see Iacopo and Rhodes at Texas. But I just don't know if the money's there.
could you imagine?
It would be insane.
Texas would go from not being in the top 25 to being, I don't know, top 10? Mm-hmm. Giving Oklahoma a run for their money.
Top 10. Damn, Sarah.
Top 10.
That came out of your mouth.
And giving Oklahoma a run for the money in the Big 12 championship. That happens. That's what you're looking at right
Look,
there.
you're already ruling out Oklahoma State, and I think
Not
you
ruling
shouldn't rule
out.
them out yet.
Not ruling them out, but we got Boomer Sooner and got G Juarez, so I'm putting them right
Yeah,
in the
how did that happen? How big is that roster now?
We have a lot of people talking about Mary going to Oklahoma.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. They're saying some people are saying Oklahoma doesn't have an experienced catcher.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't believe that Oklahoma has enough money right now.
let's look at the numbers.
Let's run some numbers. Their roster is huge. I can't imagine that Iacopo could go to Oklahoma. What else we got? There's always money somewhere in the pocket. Thanks, Russ. Oh,
There's
Texas?
20, but with G Juarez is 21. So,
Who has the money?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's like you said, Allie, it's just a domino effect.
Yeah.
Like, and we kind of knew this was going to happen with all those big coaching changes. I mean, when you got Jen Rocha leaving Florida and you got Missy leaving Oklahoma, like the landscape is gonna shake up, and then Mike White going to Texas, you're gonna have things shaken up. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I saw this many things happening. Do you think we have more transfers this
Yes.
year than ever before, or do you think we're just talking about them more because they're more high profile?
I think it's a combination of both.
Okay.
That's what I think.
That's what Ches
I
thinks.
mean,
that's the deal from Ches.
look, I think more so right now we're more intrigued by these players from a younger age. I'd like to think that we've kind of helped with that.
Yeah.
But we kind of follow where they go. We're interested. We're invested in these players. And it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Look, they do this in other sports.
Yeah, of course.
It's no different.
They talk about this stuff in football when it's not even this football season.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I have to say this. Steven is like, when's the last time Texas softball has been talked about since Cat? No, Steven, since Ches Severs. That's when Texas softball. That's when we were talking about Texas softball. My girl Ches Severs. That's when we were talking about Texas softball.
And you can't forget about a very dominant pitcher named Blair Luna.
Yeah, Blair was big time.
Who helped Texas to a World Series, so you can't overlook the success they had with that team. I mean, they had a stacked team with Taylor Hogan, Lexi Bennett, Nadia Taylor. I mean, they were pretty darn good. But the alumni beat them.
All right. Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, what else do we have here? Somebody's saying, what about Iacopo to Oklahoma State? Somebody mentioned Michigan as well. Man, we're not talking about a lot about the Big Ten right now.
No, we're not. And I'll tell you what, Michigan's incoming class is really good.
Well, you knew Hutch was going to put.
Yeah, they have the Wolverines have the number 4 recruiting class in the country, and they're pretty stacked. I like the recruits that they're bringing in, from their infielders to their pitchers. It's a pretty big class. I think Michigan fans should be pretty excited about what's coming down the pipeline for the softball program.
Yeah, I mean, Hutch is one of the greatest. Mm-hmm. She's going to put together a team. She's going to put a good team on the field every year. And
I think this is one of their best classes.
You really think so?
In a long time.
What, in the last 5 years? Last 10 years? What do you say?
That's 5.
Okay.
5.
All right.
3 to 5, give or take.
All right.
But all right, that's it for today, folks.
That's it.
You know.
That's it, and that's it for a couple weeks because
next week she's going to Hawaii.
I'm in Hawaii.
No big deal.
No big deal. You know what?
She might be a little browner.
Maybe,
so just cross your fingers.
I think skin cancer is real. I don't need any
but
brown.
you're getting on like the translucent level.
No, get out of here.
Yeah.
You're out of your mind. But I don't know. We should maybe. Can we Skype me in from Hawaii? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
We will pick up in, I think, mid-December. Oh, actually, the week after Thanksgiving, we will be back. I'm sure there will be more news, and you can get it all here on FloSoftball.